it's the Success Reader, and today I've been feeling compelled to do a reading as of late about people who have been left out in the cold and how they can move forward with that and be successful. What was the cause of them being left out in the cold in love, and what Spirit has for them in terms of how they can move forward and not remain in hangman or in stagnancy around this situation. So Spirit, what messages do you have for those who have been left out in the cold in love when it comes to their success? We're going to do a 5-card spread. Actually, I might do a couple of spreads, especially if we go into extended. Empress, that's the first card out. For those of you that want these messages to get to a wider audience, please give this video a thumbs up. Next card, 9 of Swords. Yes, as I was saying, if you want these messages to get to a wider audience, you like the message today, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel Success Reader. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Wands. And click the notification bell. Okay. So the third card out from the Rider-Waite deck is the Wheel of Fortune, followed by the Ace of Wands and the 5 of Swords. Okay. So upon inspection, it looks to me as if, and you know, I'll say this as a disclaimer, if this story applies to you, hold on to it. If there's aspects, feel free to glean from it what you can, and then if it doesn't apply to you, feel free to come back another time for another story, or, you know, only apply to you what is applicable to your situation. So we have a situation where a person, the viewer, is standing in their power, but this relationship took a toll on them, has you up all night. So in your essence, this is who you are, the Empress. Now the universe is going to step in with the Wheel of Fortune to turn the tide on this angst and anger that you're feeling over this situation. A new idea is going to come to you, and it's going to be about how you were put into a competitive situation in this previous relationship that you were left out in the cold in. It could be people being sneaky, doing things behind your back, or someone who had you in a third-party situation or had you competing for their attention. Okay, let's get some clarification on this, and I'm going to use the Hoodoo deck. So Spirit, can you give us some clarification for the Empress? Okay. It's clarified by the 6 of Baskets. Give us some clarification on, and it's in reverse. Give us a clarification on 9 of Wands, 8 of Coins in reverse. Okay, we have 2 cards clarifying the Wheel of Fortune, the 3 of Coins and the 2 of Baskets. In this deck, the 2 of Baskets represents the 2 of Cups. And I'll go over all the other alternative explanations for the Hoodoo Tarot deck. I like to use this deck. This is 6 of Knives in reverse, clarifying the Ace of Wands. I like to use this deck because it has a heavy tie to, you know, African-American traditional tarot and those histories and stories. And so I feel like for me, they really resonate with me if you give us an ancestral component to our clarifications when we do these tarot readings. And then the Freeman, which is the equivalent of the Magician? No. Oh my goodness. I believe it's it's 0 in the major arcana. I want to memorize for words, I apologize. I don't want to move forward until yeah. No, it's not. The Fool. Okay, it's equivalent to the Fool card. So, in clarifying the Empress, so you were standing in your power, and the situation that you was in, the romantic situation that you were in, you were not receiving an equal give or take. So it was depleting your energy. So when this person left, it started to affect your coins because you were focusing so much time and energy on why is this situation not working out. Now that the Wheel of Fortune has come in, there's going to be reason for you to celebrate because you're going to get a lot of understanding about what the lessons were that you were supposed to learn from this previous relationship that had you left out in the cold. The Six of Knives is equivalent to the Six of Wands. Perhaps you're going to see where you have not moved forward and moved away from this situation, and that's something that is common because when a situation doesn't work out where we were putting in more than someone else and then we're left out in the cold in that situation, sometimes it's hard for us to see the other aspects and perspectives and our responsibility in how we gave too much or focusing on just the good times and not necessarily the lack that was in that situation, and how that has kept us tied to that particular individual or that experience for so long. So when you enter into that grieving phase, which happens because the loss of a relationship is, can be like a death, it's possible for you to stay in that. Now the question becomes, how long do you want to stay in it? How is it going to continue to affect, your life and your abundance and your success? Because if your energy is in that direction of looking and staying stagnant in what went wrong, how can you move forward? Which is why you're in reverse. You're going to start to realize, okay, how self-sabotaging this behavior is towards yourself and how self-sabotaging the behavior of your partner was towards you. And you're hopefully going to take that leap to do something else. Okay? So let's get a Angel Answers card. We'll close out this portion of the reading. And then in the extended, we're going to do some additional pulls to see what your ancestors have to say about ways that you can move forward so that you can regain all of your energy in full towards your success and moving past this situation and processing the lessons from this situation, because we want you to be in that Empress energy, because that's who you really are. Okay, wait. So the message right now, you're being told to wait. So if you feel like all you can do is think about this situation, what you can do, and one of the things that I did was I watched a lot of tarot. If that's what prevented me from going back trying to renegotiate the outcome of the situation with the person, if you want to dig deep to really get to the bottom of how you ended up in this situation, so that you don't engage in other self-sabotaging behaviors of continuing to remain connected to it. That's one of the things that I did. Another thing that I did was that I took the energy, all of that energy that I was focusing on feeding into this situation that was unbalanced, I started to channel that energy into myself. So in this waiting period, you can do things as small as giving yourself facials. Oftentimes, especially if that's something you don't do, yes, a lot of us might use cleansers every day, but like giving yourself dedicated spa days. Even if you have to do spa days or baths or things like that every day for yourself, you need to transform that energy or take that energy that you were sending out to someone else and take that pain that you're feeling and start to channel that energy to yourself in a positive way. Because the Empress, she's fully taken care of. She has everything that she needs. Self-love, abundance. She's calm, she's relaxed. She makes clear decisions. And one of the ways to start getting on that path to doing that is to do the little things for yourself to start to heal yourself. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel before, and for those of you that want to continue learning more about this story and how you can transform the energy of being left out in the cold and transform that energy into a blueprint of success for yourself that you can use going forward, taking those lessons. Feel free to follow me over the extended. The link will be in the description box below.